In Vancouver, we're with David Tafel, President and CEO of Centurion Minerals. And thank you so much for being with us, David.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning. So yeah, let's talk about the company briefly for those of us who aren't familiar with it.
Well, Centurion Minerals, we're listed on the Toronto Venture Exchange. The symbol is CTN. We are trading about 5 cents. We're focused in Argentina on the agricultural gypsum space, in particular calcium sulfur product, which is high-grade gypsum.
And I understand that over the past few months there has been delay in production, but it's finally starting to pick up. What is the maximum capacity for the month and a few months down the road?
Yes, we did have a delay. We were ready to go start production earlier this year. Unfortunately, there were some circumstances that beyond our control with the weather. It was extremely wet in Argentina and South America, flooding in the fields, so the whole industry was set back for 2, maybe almost 3 months. So we are over that now. Things have dried out. We are just completing our first month of production.
Right.
We started just at the end of June, and we'll know some of those numbers by the end of next week. But we are ramping up to a full capacity, which is about 4,000 tons. We're pretty focused on the fertilizer side of the business right now. We have outlined a resource on our current property, about 1.5 million tons. We have built a processing facility capable of about 4,000 tons per month, or 40,000 tons per year. We call it still a pilot plant. Our next step is to, once we've got this operational, I expect over the next few months we should be in full capacity. We will, our goals are definitely to extend the production, and we have some plans to double or triple actually that production. We're also looking at other projects that are within the region. In fact, we've even got a group we're talking to outside of the country as potential joint ventures. Pretty much all at this moment focused on the gypsum and the fertilizer industry. But we've got some big ambitions to grow both internally and externally.
Gotcha. So David, we have some examples of your product here. Can you explain to us what we're looking at?
We are producing, we're digging out of the ground a high-grade agricultural gypsum product. Calcium sulfate are the components to it. It's a sedimentary layer that is very close to the surface, quite simple to dig out. But this is the sort of smaller rocks. I guess some of the larger rocks have been broken up. As an example here, we go through these processes in a crushing facility and eventually come out with 2 products. This is a granular product and then a powdery product.
Feels
both
like
of which are, it's a fine sand,
right?
Yes, both of which are purchased by agricultural distributors and used by the farmers to fertilize and enhance the growth of their roots and plants. Right.
So David, what about gypsum is more beneficial than the other alternatives?
The high-grade gypsum, we're calling it agri-mineral gypsum, is beneficial for a couple of reasons. One, it has a sulfur component to it that adds as a fertilizer, and the soils in Argentina are lacking that. That has been proven to increase the yields in most of the crops that are grown in Argentina, anywhere from 20 to 40%. That's really the biggest. The calcium component of it helps to bring water down a little bit deeper so that the roots of the plants are stronger, and that also helps with the yield as well.
Well, as president and CEO, obviously when investors ask, why should I invest, you have an answer. But why do you think this is a time for an entry point to invest in Centurion Minerals?
Yes, obviously a very biased question, and I have to say yes, this is a good time. One big reason would be that we're trading at the same value we were about a year ago when we just started to raise money to build our processing facility. We had just completed the outline of the resource. Now we have that fully constructed. We are selling, and we're still selling, or we're still trading about the same 5 cent level. So we think this is a particularly good time right now. A lot of the risk, the project has been de-risked. We are, and we will start to show some numbers here, and I would expect fairly soon starting to get valued on a price earnings multiple.
Now, aside from the selling aspect, is there anything exciting coming up in the next few months we can discuss here?
Sales is our big one, for
Okay.
sure. I think over the next quarter, we certainly should be ramping up. We should get into, over the next 2-3 months, into positive cash flow. That will be certainly very big news for us. And we are looking at some other projects. We additionally will do some additional exploration on our own property.
Okay.
We've outlined about 1.5 million tons right now, which under the current processing facility is a 20-25 year mine life. We are looking at additional projects, and there could be some news on some acquisitions or joint ventures down the road.
Looking forward to it. Thank you so much, David, for your time.
Thanks very much. Okay.
To learn more about Centurion Minerals, you can visit their investor hub on smallcappower.com.